Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Geosonics coming at you with a discussion video. I'm hoping to explain why I run what I run. As you can see here, I do run some obscure stuff that high-end Dragunity decks don't really play. Reason being is my decks aren't really high-end Dragunity decks. I'm a very budget player, and I generally make do with what I have, what I pull in packs, or what I get from friends. Um, so I do run things that are very outside the box type stuff. Alright, enough talking, let's just get into the cards. First off, we got the Fabled Cerebral and a Dandelion. Cerebral is definitely a card, if you have two of, you would definitely want to run it at 2. Um, and the Dandelion is more of a text. I personally like it at 1-to-1, and really I would only add a Cerebral. I wouldn't take out the Dandelion for one. Um, they both do the same job as getting more synchros out on the field. Cerebral does that by allowing you to do the ladder trick, going from one synchro to another in a turn. And Dandelion does that by going directly, adding the amount of stars you need to make that first turn Stardust or whatever. Both are just discard fodder that allow you to plus off Dragon Ravine. I kind of like Dandelion a little bit more because I can actually do more with it. I can Foolish Burial a Dandelion if I need to. I can set it, let it get run over, and then get 2 tokens for next turn. It's a very good stall card. Um, it just really does a lot for the deck. The Fabled Cerebral is a pretty much just auto card that allows you to get just instant advantage, assuming you have the Dragon Ravine out. It's very reliant on it. You never want to just set or summon a Cerebral. You always want to do it with Dragon Ravine, so you can get the discard fodder and the summon, rather than simply setting this and hoping next turn you get whatever it is you need. Always just hold on to this card. Dandelion you can at least set, which is extremely helpful. And it being a level 3 helps if you mind control something, so you can go into a rank 3 exceed. Next up, let's go for these cards. Double Battle Fader and a Scapegoat. Both of these cards work by allowing you to stall out the game. Despite you running essentially six Dragon Ravines in this 42 card deck, that's what I generally run, 42, some people run 40, you will hardly get it. It's like a one in every 7 games generally you don't get it. The Dragon Ravine, they're all just stuck together at the bottom of the deck and just waiting for you to shuffle it or something. These cards allow you to wait it out. With Battle Faders, it's really useful nowadays because Insectors and Dino Rabbits, they clear the field before they attack. They make sure you don't have a single monster or any defense before attacking you, and that's generally how they win, by just attacking clear fields and making sure you have little options. This allows you to have an option by giving you a free special summon for one, which you can tribute for Mistletoe if you have to, and hopefully get a setup done, or by simply just stopping the battle and giving you a monster that you can leave on the field. This card is actually incredibly helpful if you need to wipe out the field. All you need is a Phalanx Engrave and a Dukes in Hand, and you can use this to go into Black Rose. This is why I only run one, because it's kind of chancy that I'll ever have it, but it is very possible. It's one of those circumstances that is very liable to happen. So it's worth running the Black Rose in this deck. Because of the Battle Faders, they allow you to go into those level 7s that you need. The Scapegoat is more of a just +3 card that allows you to stall out by giving you 4 monsters. This is essentially a bait for MSTs and Heavy Storms. If you feel like you're about to be Heavy Storm next turn, just go ahead and set this, bait out the Heavy Storm, and then chain this and get 4 little monsters to protect you with, and then use whatever is left for the next turn for Synchro Summons. It's an incredibly helpful card, you guys. It allows you to stall out, makes your opponent either waste a dark hole or some sort of monster clearing to get rid of them all so they can still hit you directly, which in turn makes them waste resources. This is why Scapegoat was incredibly popular in plant decks, just because it can do so much. It's a very game-changing card if you play it right. It allows you to get your setup back, get a nice foothold in the game once you, from like whenever your back is against the wall or whatever. Um, Essentially, they both just stop battles, but in different ways. This one gets in there whenever you have nothing left. This one baits it out while you're ahead, so you don't fall back as hard. One Malefic Cyberend Dragon. Now, a lot of Dragunity players prefer Malefic Stardust, and with good reason. You run a lot of level 2 Dragon tuners, so you could easily go Malefic Stardust, protect your field spell, and then next turn go into Trident Dragon. That is an extremely good play, but it's not really what I prefer. I would rather just summon a straight up 4000 attack beat stick and not have to waste the extra deck space for a second Stardust, which is what you really need if you're going to be running the Malefic Stardust build. I would rather just run the Cyberend Dragon I'm not going to summon anyway, so at least I don't have to waste a good Stardust. And really his stats are even better than Trident Dragons, so it's just a really helpful card. This card baits out deep prisons, bottomlesses, and warnings like no other. It also makes them extremely prone to just MSTing your Dragon Ravine, because that's mainly the only way they'll get rid of it unless you're facing an Exector player. It's essentially a glass cannon, really. It can do a ton of damage in little time, but it has so many weaknesses. However, I always feel like it's really worth running it. I just like it. It's so helpful to me. This generally is another one of those just game-changing cards that allows me to just swing and swing until they do something about it. And by the time they get rid of this, I'll have my setup done. Because whenever you have this on the field, you do not want to just go ahead and summon your Stardusts or your Gaydarges and whatnot. You want to just leave this as the only thing on the field, so next turn you can make a comeback with Dukes and Ravine and Legionnaires. That's it. Legionnaire is the only thing you want to go for with this card, to make sure you have a clear field to just swing at. And last but not least, a Mist Valley Falcon. This is a very basic Dragunity card that a lot of earlier versions of Dragunity decks run. I still run it because it really helps set up everything with Dragon Ravine. Essentially, it can turn any card in hand into the Dukes or Legionnaire with a complete graveyard setup. Assuming, okay, let's say you have a simple Phalanx in hand. You activate the Ravine, discard it, you go, you send your, actually no, you add your Atlas to hand. Then you summon this, attack. It can't affect Valerids because it's a during the battle phase effect. You attack, bounce this, replay it, main phase 2, send that. Now, depending on what you're expecting next turn, you can go for Dukes to beat down whatever is going to be against you, or Legionnaire. Your graveyard is set up at an earlier pace than it would be otherwise. Sure, Zephyros can do the exact same thing as this, but I do not have a Zephyros. Zephyros is a $20 card still. This is a, like what, 50-cent common in like at least 2 decks already. So yeah, this is a lot better than Zephyros for a budget player like myself. It allows you to get just a perfect setup for the next turn. And also, it's a 2000 attack beater that can just rip right through a Thunder King Ryo, which is really the biggest concern for any Dragunity deck, because it stops the entire Dragon Ravine engine. So you can just summon this, attack, get over it, and then main phase 2, get your setup done real quick, so you can bounce back from it. Alright, guys, that's the video for now. I'll see you guys later. I don't really know what I'll be talking about next. Because my Dragunity deck really hasn't changed like that much at all. I haven't really gotten anything new that I could use. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the video, you guys. Come on, thumbs up, thumbs up. And I'll see you guys later, alright? Peace.